Right, back and on to bag 6. I think I'm still going to need this, so keep it around. Why is that piece spare? Don't even remember. Oh no, I did use 2 of those, yeah. Cool. Those are nice. Oop. Come on. It's almost worth tidying my workspace just a little bit. Nah. Gosh. I'm about to cover that up, am I? How far back do you want it like that? Got a level of detail. Somebody's gone to area this. Covering up a rounded piece underneath. It would have been ever so easy not to bother, wouldn't it? Attention to detail is a good thing. Uh-oh, sticker time. A sticker with 2 lights, I think. On the blue light, white light. Almost feels. Just to annoy. I didn't do that trick with the thing. I bet it's not going to stick as well now, is it? Not even listening to my own advice, or whoever it was that told me. Boop. Now, white goes at the top. Ah, it's going to be on the chest plate, isn't it? Just there. Interesting, we're going to get that tan colour showing through, I think. Oh no, maybe not. This will have something on the front. Well, that'd be interesting to see how that gets covered or not. Must do, surely. That'll be interesting, I think, whatever goes on there. Anyway, we'll get there. But first, no sticker on this side, which is nice. One of these. One of those. It's a shame to get my grubby fingers on all these pieces, isn't it? I'm going to need them polished. Cool. Oof. Got a sticker with, I don't know even if you can see it, or but with little detail. You can try it to get my brick separator back. think it is better. I think it is better. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's not as exciting as I was hoping, the piece that was going over there. I thought that something clever was going to happen, but I suppose the cleverness is that thanks to the jumper plates in the middle, this angle has actually gone into what would be a brick, right? So it's just neat. And then there's just a tiny little gap. I suppose you could just, we'll see how they naturally sit at the end as to whether there's a teeny tiny gap or whether they can be pushed flush like that. So either flush at this side or at that side. Nice. Okay, I'm going to put him near him. I'm running out of build space is the problem, is that the more things that I put on the table, maybe it's time for me to just move Surprise Robot out of the way. No, he can stay. So when I paused it just before bag 6, we were about an hour through the build. According to the little K-2SO who's running through the instructions, we're closing in on 3/4 of the way through the build. So might not end up taking me the 3 hours, certainly not the 3 hours. So I've never really timed myself building, so and obviously each build has a different level of difficulty and whatnot, so if you're just stacking bricks, or if I'm gibbering onto you, of course, I don't know whether that slows me down or speeds me up. It's just nice for a bit of texturing occasionally to have, you know, we can't see it, but it's just not perfectly flush, and I think that just looks nice as a kind of, it stops things being totally boxy, right? Much as we love our boxes and grids. How long is it, I wonder, before they produce the bow? I think it's called the bow piece. But you quite often have to put a stud in like that. So I wonder if they'll ever bother. We don't need it, but then arguably, like I said, we don't need a 1x5. That's neat. That's fine. Another one of these plates with a nice curve. I think the name that I get wrong most, or get confused about most, is plates and tiles, whether it's a plate or a tile. I can never quite remember which one's which. It's all Lego. And some twiddly bits. Different kinds of twiddly bits. Those. Nope. These. And these. A little single round stud with a bar across the top. And one of those little ones that you quite often get on drinks and things like that. Going together to make a nice little twiddly thing. Is that what they call greebling? It's nice. Nice. Don't know what it is. Oh, it's part of this. What? Just gonna cover up a lovely little screen that we had. It's just getting covered up. Is it? Yeah, it is. Oh, that was satisfying, in case that wasn't obvious from my weird noises. But yeah, just you have to kind of push it in that way a little bit before it could sit down properly. And that just, it absolutely perfect with the slopes that we've already put in. So I'm going to take it out again. I need to take it out again. I want to see that. I've broken it. Right, so this grey and our lovely little Star Wars thing from before, presumably his little brain. I can't remember. I feel like I ought to know that from the series or something. Wow. Neat-o. That, super neat. It's a bit disappointing, maybe. I can't quite decide. But looking past these, don't know whether you can see, certainly don't know how to angle it so you can, but looking down past there, you get the flash of red and actually even the bright blue from below. And I can't see that they're going to get covered up. I think it's going to be fine from, you know, in front, but, and in fact, directly from above, but just that. I suppose that maybe whatever plugs in there is going to cover most of this anyway, in which case we're doing a huge amount of lovely little detail for interior, kind of for the joints. Anyway, crack on. I'm slightly concerned that at this point you're probably just watching a whole bunch of black stuff, just a big nugget of black. Good album title. I need these, I think. Yes. 2 of them. That's the other one. Okay, nice. Right, so that's what we've got at the minute, and then this is going neatly, very neatly, over the top, joining in that line. I think my boiler's just kicked in. Yeah, I hope that whir doesn't come across on the recording, but that's what it is if it does. I suppose an electrical hum whilst I'm building a robot is probably fine though, yeah? Oh. Yeah, nice, satisfying. And the curve that we've already got there, it's all coming together now. So I can still see, I still get that red flashing out of there. I'm interested in what's going to clip into there, if anything. Ooh, it is this. And the first of the slightly rubbery rings. I'm not going to squeeze it too much, but it does squeeze. That's going in like that. Wow, did not see that coming. That's in like that. Whoa, okay. And then a curved piece on the top, then jamming it in place. I mean, it's always slightly challenging when Lego's not actually clicked in or studded down or what have you. I think that this is quite a stocky body, isn't he? So I think that this is going to be his neck joint in here. So there will be stuff stopping that flying off, but it's actually, if you're not going to give it a squeeze, it's enough. You've got this little lip from this top bit and these lovely little handly bits that we put on a minute ago, really holding it quite nicely. And my complaints about the red are getting fewer and fewer because it's every new thing I put on, it's a little bit harder to see that red. So yeah, especially once there's no light getting in there. I think I'm going to be okay, guys. I think it's fine. And he's looking quite chunky now. Like it. Some kind of plate on the bottom, so to speak. Nice. Right, another sticker time. Oh, big canvas as well. Yikes. Where did I? There they are. So this needs to be a particular way up. It's going to be that way up with the studs there. Okay. Going for it again. I think it is the way. Sorry, this is the way. Not quite, but the right franchise at least. I think I can be happy enough with that one. So my beautiful orange and pink and whatever colour that may have been at some point, gone away. Probably just about to cover this as well. Lose the leathery colour and the blue with these. That's neat. That's with that whole angled section from before. And just comes really neatly into that curve. I'm pleased with my choice of first build for this channel. It's been really good so far. For me. Hope other people might have enjoyed it as well. We ain't done yet. We've got some arms. That's nice. Again, a little flash of grey across there as well. For a bit of breaking up the black, which is good. This is the other one that you quite often have to put. It doesn't bother me. Right, so some curves to not get the wrong way around now. This little guy, this little way. Then he's swinging around and going here. Okay. I'm going to make the assumption a little bit more is going to happen with that. And then the same on the other side. So, like that. Neat from the top. Feel like there's going to be more. Hopefully. This is what it's going to be. There's another one. These are the kind of shoulder blades. I suppose not quite the same as human shoulder blades, but collar. I don't know. Something like that. There you go. good. I broke something on the other side though, but that looks really nice. Sorry, I just messed that up. Here. A nice little ridge, I like that. Which is the sort of mudguard piece. Cool, cool, cool. And that's about 3/4 of the way through, according to the little robot man on my instructions. But should not trust a small robot man on instructions, should we? Important levers. Oh, that's nice. So they've got 2 levers here, which is fine. It's cool. 2 levers. We like levers. Robots have levers, right? Switches, perhaps, rather than levers. But just that nice touch of putting one on one stud and the other one not, just giving them different level to it, so it doesn't just look samey or whatever. Oh, I am going to try and align them nicely. Antennae, maybe. They're nice. And then the nice little handle pieces that I was getting confused about earlier. These single dots with a little handle on them, which is kind of fun. This is just in case you want to turn your robot off. Yeah. There. That's subtle, isn't it? I don't think I would have thought of it. I suppose you're looking at the original design as well, but just having the different levels for those 2 antennae is just, I don't know, it's really nice. Just quite pleasing to me. Right, something else is happening with these bad boys. Now, might look ahead and see if I'm going to have to do it twice. Because I think I'm going to have to do it twice, but the other way round, if that makes sense. I think I can get away with the first bit, and maybe that bit. Maybe I'll just behave myself. I'll behave myself. I'll do it properly. I'll do it a bit properly. Somewhat properly. Right. Put one of them down. I'll do one at a time, like the instructions. I'll be a good boy. I'm sure the Empire would approve of me doing what I'm told rather than skipping ahead and trying to do it, take shortcuts and the rest of it. So these are going to be his sort of weird, big, shouldery bits. Just to get really technical with you, big, weird, shouldery bits. But they've changed the design on these, haven't they? They're not the piece that I thought they were. Interesting. Slight, which is quite, quite good. And they have them for the flowers a lot, don't they? And you can kind of arrange your petals easily. Anyway, how's my head be getting in the shot, I wonder, leaning forward like that. Anyway, don't matter. You've seen the top of my head now. Look at you. But yeah, these have got much more kind of deliberate clip points, which is interesting and good for a robot, right? You don't want it to have that flower petal slight haphazardness to it. Instead, you want it to be perfectly aligned, robotic in nature, right? So I think that's going to work nicely with these little clips now that I'm doing next. So yeah, so it is absolutely perfect between the 2 points here. Cool, definitely approve of that redesign on that piece. Or presumably it's not redesign, I mean, you know, an additional design. Because they've definitely still got those other ones, haven't they? And they just dip down nicely as well with the clip. So they've got a sort of a slightly different angle to these ones. I don't know how much you could pick it up, but it's, yeah, it's higher, which is really nice. But then coming down to the same point at the other side. So I like that. I probably could put all of the cheese wedges on now, I suppose. Should be building on the side really, keep them flat. I suspect that on the camera, all these fiddly little bits close up, you're just going to see my meaty hands rather than any kind of detail on the Lego I'm doing, but hey. One more, or is that a spare piece? Spare piece, cool. I mean, can you spot the mistake? I've done all of those. And that was worth doing, Aaron. Well done, you Molly. I put the cheese wedge the wrong way around, is what I'm trying to tell you. And now I can't just spin around, I'm going to take them off and put them back on. Did I do them all wrong? No. No. Wrong. Wrong. Curse you. Because the fat end should be near the clip. That's what you get for not following the instructions and rushing yourself. Alright, there's 4 for the next one as well, so come back to this one. It's interesting that these pieces don't seem to be bothered about recolouring them at any point. And they've just always just accepted them being black. And I've seen, I would guess, that there are a lot of opportunities where black or grey might be more appropriate. Like the number of times you see a Technic piece that needs to be brown as opposed to be needing to be something to do with a car or a vehicle or a robot, obviously. I know that mostly they end up internal anyway, so it's not a big issue. It seems weird to have not recoloured it at any point. Oh, that was this pinging off the underside, I think. No, it wasn't. It was the light blue one, wasn't it? Yeah, that's it. My brute force and ignorance paying off. It's nice. And ignore the brown, because you've got to hope that's getting covered up, right? Which I think it must be by the arm we'll attach to this ball socket here. The flash of yellow is great. Cool. Which side is that? That's this side, I think. That bit at the top. So in case you're wondering, I wasn't, but a long time ago we put those red pieces down here. They're actually going to help this fix on nicely. Again, more detail that's going to just end up on the inside. That little light that we had earlier is now gone. That's a really nice fit on there though. Let's do another. great. The yellow and the grey. Really nice. Lovely. The yellow with the difference in the grey levels. I don't know whether you pick that up, but here you got a high grey and then a low grey and a high, and it just looks great. Nice. This is chunky. Okay. Must be. Why have I got so many of these? Oh, they're not all the same. There are each different little tiny black 1 rounds dot style thingamajigs. So do not panic. That's ready to go on. Say goodbye to the little surprised man. He's going away. He's going to go in there. It's interesting. Is that supposed to stud down? No. It's supposed to be turnable. Cool. So I wonder how much, because it has to be a high model, right? It's a big tall guy. It would be nice to kind of be looking up at him, because that's kind of his vibe in the world of Star Wars, is that he's intimidating, right? He's a threatening guy. He's a riot defense robot, basically. So I wonder if it's going to be a bit of a shame that there's so much exposed lighter grey under here. Maybe, but maybe that looks sufficiently like circuitry. Don't know. That's how tall he's standing now. He's not quite up to my camera. A little bit wobbly, but in a weirdly secure way. It feels like I could wang him back and forwards and regret it when I finally snap a piece of Lego. But it's all, I suppose you've got 2 quite long Technic pits in there. Cool. Let's see what he does next. I'm hoping some arms, right? Maybe 2. I'm going to pop him over there. Further over. Back 7. Here we go. Some pieces that are new by me here. I feel like I've seen that somewhere before, but I can't quite place it. And I know that I've never built with this piece before, but earlier, was that today in fact? Might have been today. In the house, we're always a bit excited. So I've got a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old. And Jessica, the younger, was delighted to tell me that there was a new piece that she was building, one of the Dreams kits. So this was part of the rabbit's legs, I think. So she was super delighted to tell me that it was a new piece, and they like to check whether it's a piece I've ever used before. So that's the way we are in this house. So that is a new piece by me, not by Jessica. She's got it in a really bright, lovely blue on the bunny rabbit she built today. Well, not quite a bunny rabbit. It's a Dreams, a weird sort of bunny rabbit roller skating thing. Quite fun. She seemed to enjoy the build, so let me do my thing for a while, so always good. There's a bit for you to listen out for, apparently. It says here, look. We've got to listen out for it. So there it is. That's that new piece I was just talking about. And then we're going to click. So hopefully I can do it justice. One of those. One of those. Listen closely, everybody. That's not it. That's just me messing about. Oh yeah. And then it's got that nice ratchet sound. There's that really good little mechanism, that one. So that means my arms are poseable. So that's nice, depending on how tall he sits on the shelf, of course, which is my concern, but hey. That's kind of why the channel's called what it's called. So it's a nice bit of texture on the arm. He's got these lovely, you know, like his legs, you know, long, thin, almost kind of gangly looking, narrower and then wider again, which just looks really cool. Oh, cool. So we're using wheels, in fact, here to create that arm, and that's actually got the same sort of texture that we had on with that new piece. That sort of almost like a stripe for that. The sort of thick, thin kind of thing. And then, right, so given that that's only, what's that, 5 pieces, you're getting a lot of sort of texture to it from those. Again, I probably could be building 2 of these, but just enjoying building one, so I'll probably enjoy building the other one as well. Go to that. There we go. One long arm. Oh look, see, this is what I was talking about that annoys my son. Reese hates this. Thinks that if you're ever doing 2, you should say it right at the beginning. Oh. And in this case, they did. So Lego clearly understand their market and my son better than I do, so it doesn't surprise me massively. So I'll be quiet now because they told me what to do and I wasn't listening, and I'm a bad person. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lego. Forgive me. Don't worry, I'll keep spending money. Oh, you can listen out for the magical click again, can't you? That'll be fun. Highlight of the video. There is something about how Lego sounds, isn't there? There we go, click, click. I'm not deliberately doing it loudly now, that's just the noises, okay? And I would do it deliberately loudly if that was what was needed. Again, very bright light grey here. Hopefully it's going to get nicely concealed when we get those hands sorted. Because we're ready to put those on here. There you go, looks rubbish. But I trust in the Lego. Like a really bad scarecrow. I'm deliberately not posing his arms sensibly now. Alright, let's see what magic gets woven. If I build it upright, which is definitely what's being suggested by the instructions, I'm in danger of you not being able to see it, I think. I am going to have to stand up and check the camera, aren't I? I'm against standing up generally. I'm kidding. For you, we've got to get it right, haven't we? So I'm trying to build here-ish. So maybe. I think this might go sort of in and out of focus a little bit. Hopefully, we'll see. The quality of my camera, I suppose, is what will determine whether this looks good. And now my audio will be different as well because I'm stood up. So one of those, like that. I'm probably really loud. I'm aware of the fact that I breathe. I can't really help it. I know you'd probably rather listen to Lego than me breathing. But I tend to be breathing nearer to the camera than I'm building Lego, so difficult. Now that I've said it, I'm incredibly conscious of it. Right, there's that brown bit that we're worried about. In there, just in there. So I think we're gonna get to cover it up now, because we've got another one of these lovely pieces, which I'm gonna have to put a sticker on, which I shall do. I'll have to sit down to do a sticker, won't I? I do a sticker while standing up, that would be insane. It's these, so we're gonna do 2 of them. Let's do 6 first, because, I don't know, because that feels like it matters. All right. Should I start with a straight edge or start with a circular edge? Oh my goodness, pressure. Not bad. So, bye-bye brown a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Totally covered. Good stuff. And then I'm going to be doing some of these bits. Oh, single stud connection, is that enough? Oh, that's a nice curve there. Nice. You can turn around and do the other arm. It doesn't feel, no, it's a bit nervy to have him wobbling so much. I think he's all right. It's none of the actual, it's all wobbling together. It's just that he's sort of a bit precarious feeling. It's not the structure of the Lego, it's just that he's tall and wobbly. Right, sticker time. Oh yeah, see these things down here. I wonder if they're really blurry now, aren't they? I hope they've not been blurry the whole way through. It's because you're focused on this, isn't it? Interesting. Gosh, it's a learning process, everybody. Alright, let's try again. I believe in me. It went on fine and then I flicked it across the room. No, it's good. Credit to, I wish I could remember who actually said it on their channel, but that idea of using the, I'm sure more than one person has come up with it, but the idea of using the these, if you take nothing away from this video other than that, using these for your transfers really does work nicely. And let's get those curves back on. Nice. Okay. Gonna do some hands. I think I might move them out the way in order to sit and do the hands. How far do I need to move him so you can just look at his feet at the bottom of the picture? Yeah, that's fine. Or maybe it's a picture. There he is. There are his feet. Does that mean the focus has gone back to the bottom? Yes. Right, cool. I can go down here and I can make some hands, and then he can have some hands. Again, it's not telling me to do 2 of these, and the reason it's not telling me to do 2 of these is because hands are mirror images of one another, so I could do some of it. Maybe I'll risk that. That'll do. I've got another sticker coming up as well. Bit of a classic to use these as fingers, isn't it? Seen that on a fair few of Reese's Ninjago guys. Quite often have big robot mechs with sort of claw fingers. Where was it? It's a bit like the 3-in-1 astronaut set as well. It's got something a little bit similar. But it's a couple of pieces, not just the one piece. Well, it's nice with the thumb actually to have it on. It's nice and posable, depending on how much the posability means to you. Oh, now you want me to put a sticker on. Why didn't you ask me to do that first? Oh, faithful. Let's see if I need to keep remembering it. Right, so this bit is going up by the knuckles, and the other bit is going down by the wrist. Okay. Boom. That happened. Nice. Pleased with that. I will build the other one before I put them both on, I think. So, just the same thing, but the other way around now. Not that piece though, this piece. Thumb. Finger. Oh, I'm now interested in how many fingers does he have in the film and why? Why would you choose certain numbers of fingers? See a Simpsons robot with just the 4 fingers, including the thumb, that is. It's very nicely posable. He looks, it's a very good grippy kind of thing. You could give him some kind of weapon. I don't know, whatever next, robots with weapons. Right, sticker. Last of the stickers. That can only be a good thing. Though, feeling quite pleased with my sticker work. Done. Right. Robot arm. Try and remember how hands work and which one should have which thumb. Boop. Yeah, see that's interesting. That is a choice, right? If I move the hand to keep this bit a really light grey. I mean, those ball pieces definitely available in black, right? These not so much, so you kind of had to go with a bit of grey. Interesting. Design choices. Oh, they're wrong. Still not posing those arms because they look funny as sort of almost like zombie vibes. Bad robot, in fact. I'm going to play with the posability of those later. And now, a noggin. Now looking at the box, this was the piece that I was sort of most concerned about in terms of it looking good. So I'm interested to see how it plays out. But this is the 8th and final bag. So we're close to 2 hours worth of build so far. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I will do a little bit of a sum up and show off the model as well and display it. Here is the little minifig though. Oh, he doesn't look as goofy as he looked on the packet. On the packet he looked really quite goofy. I think it's the legs. But the torso is really nice. Let's see if I can get that nicely in focus on. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. That's a good focus. Oh look, he's even got the little Imperial symbol on the shoulder, which is exactly like the Imperial symbol that he's got on his big time shoulder. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Little details. He hasn't got the yellow, but then I guess that would have meant printing 3 colours, and they, you know, it's all cost, isn't it? He's quite fun though, quite like him. It's his legs that, I don't know, he just looks a bit goofy. Hopefully there are some arms for him somewhere. Oh, these are new to me. Very shiny. Put a new curve piece. Oh, it's the slightly smaller quarter sphere, isn't it? It's a smaller quarter sphere. Nice. Like those. Those are good. I'm going to sit back down. I'm making this very difficult for myself because I was trying to show off my new toy. Right. I'm not even supposed to build the minifig yet. I'm going to leave him armless, so to speak. There's the plate, which has got all your interesting details. Maybe I'll raise that up and you can have a little look. There's the focus somewhere. But there you go, if you're into that kind of stuff. So yeah, he's 2 meters 16. So how's that compared to me? Whew. I'm 187, I think, so it's quite a bit taller, right? Nice little bit of detail. He's got a hidden spike, hidden data spike. They probably shouldn't have said that because now we all know. Tut. Right. That's cool, green. Get a lot of pieces in that colour. Right. Ooh, weird. Put these single bar pieces on again. Weird to do it before I have to construct all the other stuff, because I think it's just going to make it slightly awkward to construct on top of. Nevertheless, I should do as I'm told, because now that's at a weird angle. Never mind. Boom. same side as that. Okay. Nice. That's what I need. These curved bits, I think they're bows, but with a cut off. They are my biggest weakness when it comes to reading instructions, as to spotting which way they're actually supposed to be curving, until I actually put things together. And I don't know why, I find it very difficult to spot how they're supposed to be. I suppose you look back to the start of the instructions and it's a bit clearer, but maybe it's just me. Neat. Can't quite see where we're going yet with this. Keep going is the answer. So this technique, I do know who said this on their channel. Building flat, you know, the temptation is always to build stud up. Building flat is actually really, really useful. So not quite so obvious when it's just 2 bricks, but when you start putting stuff on like a single 1 by 1, you know, it's very easy to get that misaligned, and particularly if you're doing lots of them. If you're doing like a pillar or something like that, you want them neat. So actually, if you put them on the side, it's very easy to slot them in and keep them all nicely aligned. That was, I think his name's Tiago. I can't remember his surname. I should, because he's one of the YouTubers that I watch most of the videos that he produces, because he does really nice reviews. I get kind of a really good idea from him about whether I'm going to like the model. He also talks about price and stuff like that, which I probably won't talk about that much. So he's really good. I should try and find a link at some point and link to him, because I really rate his reviews. He used to design for Lego, which is super cool. Way cooler in my mind than being a YouTuber, but hey, I'm not going to judge that either, for obvious reasons. But yeah, he designed for some years and then decided that actually he wanted to talk about Lego. So he reviews Lego and he's great. Right, I think in one of the builds, one of his last builds was the haunted house, the big modular building haunted house, and his initials are on one of the gravestones, which is quite a cool little Easter egg. Imagine that. Imagine having that as your as a claim to fame. But yeah, TC, so Tiago something or other. I cannot remember, but he's good. So this is clearly the brain now that I'm. Oh, I've just seen that. Look, his little face is there, isn't it? It's starting to come. Okay, so this is definitely his brain. So I'm going to put his brain together with these new quarter circle pieces. So yeah, before you used to have those sort of hemispherical shells, didn't you? And half shells, in fact. But these are kind of the ones that you can stud down a bit easier, because those ones you sort of ended up getting them on the end of rocket shapes, and they were always a little bit prone to just coming off because they weren't, properly studded. That's his brain, definitely. Aha, here comes some clips. So the reverse of those barred pieces I put on earlier, so they're going to be clips. Gosh, I wonder how well I needed to have aligned them, or whether I'll just be able to force it. Well, it's the most I've seen used of these single stud clips and bars in any build, I think. I suppose you're working with quite a small area, aren't you? Because he's got such skinny arms and legs and things. Whoopsie-doodles. Right, so there it is. There's the noggin. They're almost like little mandibles, aren't they? These little bits on the side. Cool. So yeah, those clips just meaning that we've built studs this way and then studs that way on this bit, and there are some studs that way and that way, and then one bit on the back that way, and this single piece here is studs that way. So I think, yep, they've managed to do studs in every single direction. So all 6 of directions have got studs facing outwards on them, which is fun. So that's cool. I like that. And also it is looking pretty good. So finishing touches. I lost a piece. Don't panic. It's gonna have to check the bag though. Oh dear. Eight. Where's that in this pile of rubbish on the floor? Now, it's very rare, isn't it, that you actually don't have all the pieces. It's normally that you've done something silly, either during the build or by not emptying the packets correctly. He said looking for the other part of packet 8. Where's the other part of packet 8? I need to check it for this piece. You haven't done something else silly, have you? I hope I haven't done the build wrong. That would be embarrassing. Here's packet 8. Oh, it's not in there. I'm just double checking the instructions from earlier on. No, it's definitely that piece that goes there. Right, okay. Because there's one in there already. So it's one of these pieces that I'm looking for. No, no, I am an idiot. I told you. I told you. Clearly 2 hours is slightly too much for me. That is the piece that I was looking for. And it's already on there. Thanks, Lego. You were right. Just have a small breakdown. Okay, where's your neck? Here it is. Nice. Neat stuff. There we go. That is going in here. So let's see if we can get that focus back. Sorry for chair noises. Focus at the top end. There's his there's his little face. There it is. Hello. It's sort of, yeah, very skull-like, isn't it? If you saw, I forgot what it's called. Guess I can't ask you whether you saw that now. Oh, is that going to come back to me? No, it's not. The kids one, you know, with them being space pirates. A bit like the Goonies. Can't remember what it was called though. There you go. Looking pretty cool. Right, there's some more stuff to build though. I don't know about this. You can oversee. Get his whole head in, yeah, just about. You look up slightly. No, you can't look up. He only does looking down because he's so tall, you see. Spectate from the side. It's weird, isn't it? Ignore that. So, here's a question for you. We're just building a little sign now. Is that the building experience that you want to end on? You get the little minifig. I've got to be honest, I'm not a big minifig person. That sounded wrong. I like minifigs, but there's certain times when I think, you know what, I would just like to have just the building without a minifig. If it's costing more because you put a minifig in, or just the car, I don't need a minifig. And then other times, case in point would definitely be the D&D minifig series. I want all the minifigs. I think, you know, sometimes they're putting in a whole bunch of minifigs. Like I've got the really lovely botanical garden set, you know, with the greenhouse, which I love. And I lived near Kew for a long time. Well, not a long time, but right near Kew Gardens, and it just reminds me of those times. And it's a really lovely build. But there are maybe 11 minifigs in it, and I sort of think, well, how much cheaper would it have been? Because it's not a cheap set, right? So how much cheaper would it have been if you just didn't worry about the minifigs? Or maybe that should be an option, you know, just give me the building. This is a £200 set, just give it to me for £200 without the minifigs, or I'll pay 250 quid and I'll have the minifigs. Anyway, I've been sidetracked by that. What I was going to ask is this building experience the last building experience you want when you're building something as amazing as this? For me, absolutely not. Get it out of the way at the beginning. He's cute. I'm not going to deny he is cute. And fine, maybe he stays to the end or something. I don't know, it just feels there's nothing to it. I've got no love for that. So it's a bit weird as a kind of final experience of the build. I imagine I shall forget about it and it won't bother me at all. Here is the minifig now. He's got some arms. Ooh. So different arms. They've actually given me a few spares as well. So this is him. We're gonna get the focus. Yeah, lovely. There you go. I suppose you want to see him that way, don't you? See, I built that way. Yeah, no, that's right. So that's the full build now. There he is. I suppose this little droid goes on his little stand then. So he's got his little stand like that. And then this big guy is done. So that's the build. Gosh, again, this is maybe a bit of a weird choice colour-wise to keep that grey. And the arms only built, interestingly, the arms only bend up there as well. They're quite poseable. Lovely hands. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to see if I can find a space for him on my lovely Lego shelves, my amazing Lego shelves. So and then I'll probably do a little sum up and show him on my shelves. All right, bye for a moment.